welcome back. It's Mr. B. Last drawing that you might have done with me was the cat. I just wanted to leave it up here because the next one we're going to do is very similar. So if you could do the cat, you're definitely going to be able to do the next one. All right. Today we are going to work on the dog drawing. Now, the dog and the cat are very similar. You may have done this before with me. If you haven't, you'll be able to do this. It's not a problem at all. And if you have done it before, we're gonna add a little something to it that might make it a little bit more fun. Now, last time, or just like the last time, I'm gonna be drawing on a whiteboard. I'm gonna be using the whiteboard markers. I have a couple different colors, but it's not like using crayons or colored pencils, especially because you can blend those together. And it's not like using something like markers, regular markers. If you use a regular marker on this board, you might not be able to get it off. So you want to use the special dry erase markers. Now, I was saying that the cat and the dog are very similar because the real only difference between the cat and the dog, and you'll see this soon, is the body, sometimes the tail. So here, with my handy dandy eraser, I'm gonna erase the cat's head and the cat's tail, okay? Now, when we do the dog's body, it's gonna look very similar to that, okay? Actually, almost exactly the same, but I'll draw all of it for you. Okay, let's get rid of the green, get rid of the cat, ninja cat over here. Good old ninja cat. You know, speaking of ninja, Ninja! You're back. You look different today, Ninja. Oh, you shaved your mustache. Ninja, not another no epic battles today. Once again, you had so much fun doing the drawings that you want to help me do some more drawings? Man, Ninja, I'm loving this new relationship that we have. Say hi to Ninja, everybody. It's Ninja. Hey, Ninja, why don't you just sit right here where you always sit? We'll do us a drawing of a dog. Okay, so when we're doing the dog drawing, this time, if you have a piece of paper, a lot of times you can have a piece of paper that goes this direction, or you can have a piece of paper and you can sit it in this direction, okay? Today, I wanna do this. This is a vertical, and this is called horizontal. We're gonna do the horizontal drawing today, okay? Handy dandy eraser. If you're using a whiteboard, use a real eraser. Mom and Dad might not like that. Okay, so I'm gonna make my paper. And I'm gonna start at the top, just like I did before when I did the cat. When I do the dog, I'm gonna start at the top. I'm gonna draw a circle. And if you're having trouble drawing them, you can always trace something, but I think you probably did okay last time. So let's go ahead and try and draw it ourselves. So not all the way at the top, but pretty close to the top. It depends on how big your paper is, how big you want the dog to be. Okay, so he starts like that, just like the cat. Now we're gonna add the oval shape. This is the oval. We're actually gonna use that shape twice. It's like we took a circle and we squished it, okay? Oh, was that funny, Ninja? That sound I made? I guess it was funny. I didn't even think about it. Okay, so I'm gonna start around the bottom of the circle, trace that line, but instead of going up, I'm gonna cut it off in the middle. Okay, so I put an oval on top of my circle. Now I'm gonna take that same shape, only I'm gonna shrink it down to itty bitty size, and I'm gonna draw a little oval up above it. Okay, so now I have two ovals and a circle all put together. It's probably starting to look a little bit weird because we have to add a few more things before it looks like the dog. One thing that we can add that really will help are eyes. Now, we talked about this before. If you have a special kind of eyes you like to draw when you're drawing with your friends or when you're doing your comic books or something like that, you can go ahead and use those eyes. You don't have to use these eyes. These are just the ones that I like for this dog. So that's up to you. Next thing I'm gonna do is we had talked about in the past using letters. We're gonna use a letter. We're gonna use the letter U again. It's gonna be a little bit bigger than when we did the cat. The U is gonna become the dog's mouth. I'm actually gonna use the letter U twice because I like to put a dog with a tongue sticking out of his mouth because a lot of times when you see the dog, they're doing the old. So that's what we're gonna do here. I'm gonna use another letter U right there. Now, to make him look a little more like a dog, the ears are important, okay? So I'm gonna do another shape. It starts off like a triangle, but then we put the letter U on the bottom of it. So it's almost like an upside down ice cream cone or a teardrop. A lot of you just said that. It looks kind of like a teardrop. So I'm gonna draw a teardrop coming off the side of the dog. His head on both sides, okay? Now I've got 2 teardrops that became his ears. So now it's starting to look more like a dog. And this part, we already did last time if you did the cat with me. If you didn't, we'll do it again. We draw an easy shape called a rectangle. That's the dog's collar. Now you can get to name it. You can even put their name on there if it fits. You could name it Fido, you could name it Spot, you could name it whatever you want, Bob Dog, or we could name it, what do you think, Ninja? Oh, don't be bashful, Ninja. It's Ninja Dog. We got Ninja Dog now. Okay, so this part was really easy. Now it gets tricky, but I know you can do it. 3 lines, straight lines. I'm gonna draw one down the middle. I'm gonna start a little bit under the collar, and I'm not gonna go all the way to the bottom. Then I'm gonna draw one on the right side, and I'm gonna draw one on the left side. Okay, hey, those look a little bit better than when I did the cat. What do you think, Ninja? That's right, I nailed it this time. Thanks, buddy. Okay, we had talked about that blob shape that we use. It's not really a cloud shape, or maybe it is a cloud shape. It's not really a circle. It's more like a circle if you smushed a little bit. It's kind of a shape that you get to free draw yourself and kind of figure it out. I like to do that for their paws if I don't know what the paws look like. I actually usually, on the dog and the cat, I'll make it a little bit more exact this time. I take the top of my blob and I just kind of make it round, and then when I get to the bottom, I make like 3 bumps. And those are the paws. Okay? So I'm gonna use this shape right here. I put it in the space down at the bottom between 2 of those lines, and then I add another one. And just like the cat, I put one on either side. There you go. And just like the cat, to make the body, we start at the collar and we work it down to the paw. Now when we did the cat, I used the letter, I think I used the letter S for his tail. Sometimes when I do the dog, sometimes dogs have smaller tails or their tails are whipping around like crazy. So I usually make the tail out of a backward C, or if you put it on this side, you can make it out of the letter C. And then I do the same thing. I put another C right next to it. And if you want to make it look like the tail is moving, you can do a trick that they used to do in the comic books. Okay. I draw 2 lines, and I put 1 or 2 lines through it, and then I do it on the other side. Almost looks like this. Sometimes that makes it look like the tail's going back and forth, like the wind's blowing. Okay? All right, so far we've got our dog, Ninja Dog over here. We've got a different tail and a different head this time. Now, I did like last time, and I saw some of your great drawings. Thanks for sending them to me. That's very, very special, and I love to see them, and I'll make sure that other kids get to see how cool your drawings are. But I'm gonna do the horizon line because this dog isn't floating in the air like the hot air balloon was. So I'm gonna start where the sky meets the ground, or if he's inside, where like the wall meets the floor in these drawings, okay? So I'm gonna draw the horizon line right behind him. I don't want you to do this yet. You hold on a minute. So if he were inside, that would be the wall, and that would be the floor. But I'm gonna do something different with this drawing today. I'm gonna make Ninja Dog outside. He's outside playing in the yard. So I'm gonna erase that. I'm gonna move it down a little bit, and instead of drawing it straight, I'm gonna make it look like there's mountains or hills in the background. So I'm gonna draw it kind of like this. Now, it looks like Ninja Dog might be outside in front of some hills, or maybe there's mountains in the background. And I'm gonna add to this horizon line, okay? The horizon line doesn't have to be straight, especially if you're outside. I'm gonna add another set of hills behind him. Now, Ninja Dog's in the front, and these are in the back, okay? So Ninja Dog is closer to us, and the hills are in the back. And what we didn't do with the cat drawing, yeah, we drew a water bowl, but that was kind of all we did. Now, since he's outside, we can draw all kinds of fun stuff. We could draw trees. You guys know how to draw trees. We could start with a Y, and then we could add branches to it. So I'm gonna draw some trees back here. to my Y. At the end of that Y, I'm going to make another Y. At the end of that Y, I'm going to make another Y. And if I make a mistake on my Y trees, it's even better because trees are not symmetrical, they're not perfect. So there, I've got a tree in the background. Maybe over here, there's a little rock next to him. That's kind of a weird blobby shape too, pretty easy to draw. And maybe right here, he was playing fetch. And he started playing with a tennis ball. That's a circle with a letter C and a backwards letter C. So he was playing, someone was throwing him the ball around. He was having some fun. But this part's great because you can add whatever you want in the background. Maybe some clouds in the sky using our blob shape. Okay, maybe if you are pretty good at drawing, you could do this. If not, you might need a little bit of help, but you could draw an airplane. You could draw an airplane from the side. It's almost just like a triangle with a triangle on the back. And if you really want to get fancy, then you put, actually this is probably too small for you to see. Let me make that a little bit bigger. I'll do it right here. Do like a triangle at the top, and then you put a triangle coming out the side, and you can have a little airplane flying in the sky if you put a little place for the pilot to sit. So maybe I draw that up here. Airplane, jet flying through the sky. A little fire coming out the back. So that part's completely up to you. So now what we have is our dog's in the front. That's called the foreground. We've kind of got the mountains and the hills and the tree in the middle. Maybe this set of mountains is in the background, but we've got our jet in the background. So we've got a foreground, we've got a middle ground, and we've got a background. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that next time we do a drawing. So we've got Ninja Dog. That still makes you giggle that it's Ninja Dog, isn't it? Yeah, you don't have to blush anymore. You know it's pretty cool. So I wanted to say thank you. Remember, take a picture, send it to me. I'm going to try and get a few of these out to you each week. My next one's going to be for the older boys and girls, so it might take me a day or two to get another one out for you. But please stay tuned. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying this. And now, if you did it on paper, you can color it in, or you could even start coloring in with your markers. Maybe I've got a pink jet over here. You've got some dry erase markers, okay? So coloring's up to you. Take your time when you color. You don't want to rush through it because if you do, it might ruin your fancy drawing of your dog. This is Ninja Dog. Your dog might be whatever you want to call your dog. So thank you. Like I said, take some pictures and send to me. And hopefully, I'll send another video out pretty soon. So for Ninja, signing off.